Welcome to my hometown, San Francisco, California, city by the bay. On this episode of One Guy, One World, Two Wheels, we're going to meet with Cole Brown, the founder of the Dirtbag Challenge. Later, we're going to take a ride down the coast to the legendary Alice's Restaurant, motorcycle destination spot in the SF Bay Area. So come along and join the ride. For the average tourist, you got Union Square, Chinatown, cable cars, Fisherman's Wharf, and the infamous prison Alcatraz. But here's some insight about the city's history and other neighborhoods in San Francisco. Since the gold rush of the 1849, San Francisco has been a destination city for all those all over the world. For sailors who pulled into the port of San Francisco, it was nicknamed the Barbary Coast. It was also a place where anyone can be anyone, even the Emperor of the United States. From beat poets like Allen Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac, who showcased their controversial and politically motivated words out of City Lights bookstore in the Italian neighborhood of North Beach, to the counterculture hippie movement that brought the summer of love to the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood. And to those who revolutionized and liberated the LGBT community out of the Castro district. 25 years ago, most people would never think of stepping foot into the Mission District. Today, the Mission District has become the most sought-after neighborhood in San Francisco. Most has no clue of its incredible history and who came out of it. A small farming town just south of San Francisco Bay Area, Hollister, can be credited to the birth of the biker culture. In July 4th, 1947, when a couple of rowdy groups came rolling into town, the booze fighters and the top hatters, there was drunkenness, brawls, and burnouts. Life magazine happened to have been in town when the ruckus broke out. The AMA were hosting a flat track racing competition, and afterward the AMA distanced themselves from the rowdy bikers, calling them the One Percenters, as they only represent 1% of the motorcycling community. The Hollister event was later immortalized in the Marlon Brando hit movie The Wild One. Another Northern California motorcycling institution is the San Francisco Motorcycle Club. At 115 years old, the SFMC is the second oldest motorcycle club in the world. All right, so I'm here with the president of the San Francisco Motorcycle Club, Daryl. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Morning. All right. So what's going on today?
So today is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. We're having our 115th anniversary. SFMC is 115 years old. We're having a party today. We're having a poker run. People are riding around.
How long have you been in the club yourself?
I actually, this past Thursday, I've been in the club for 12 years.
Hopefully it would be a good, fun, and safe ride out there today.
Yeah, I think it should be. It's a nice day. A lot of people showing up. Ride around to a couple cool spots. Play
Sounds
poker.
Good. Okay, sounds good. All right, well, it was great talking to you here.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you out on the road here. So I'm here with the past president of SFMC, Kylie Hoffman. How you doing?
It's nice to see you and nice to have you here today.
Thank you. So I understand that you have some bit of knowledge on the history of this club.
As you know, we're established in 1904. We've been running continuously for the past 115 years. The club purchased this building in December of 1946. And there's a funny story behind that. Hap Jones, who was an established local Indian dealer in town, he was a member of the club, and he managed to get the club members to put a down payment on this building without letting them see it. Fortunately, we had some very key instrumental members at the time, Bob Young Sr., among others, who remodeled the building from a it was a blacksmith shop or and later a trailer repair shop or manufacturing shop into our clubhouse now. So as you go through our clubhouse, you'll see as it was in 1948 when we had our first meeting in March of 1948.
Interesting. Wow.
And a couple other memorable highlights that we're very proud of is that women have been members of our club even before suffrage.
I decided to tag along with them for at least one of their stops. Most people who are familiar with San Francisco knows about Lombard Street, the crookedest street in the world. A lot living here in the Bay Area don't know about one other street that is even more crooked. This is Vermont Street, here hidden away in the Potrero Hill neighborhood. I'm here at the warehouse in the Bayview Hunters Point neighborhood, where Paul Brown and his merry band of dirtbaggers are gearing up to head out on an overnight trip to an undisclosed area. Not just to go out on a camping trip, but to see if their rides will hold up on a 200-mile journey. I first met Paul Brown in 2005 at one of his earlier days of the Dirtbag Challenge. Back then, the bikes were crazy-looking two-wheeled contraptions that were more of a funky art than any kind of mode of transportation. I'm here with Paul Brown, the founder and organizer of the Dirtbag Challenge here in San Francisco. How you doing, Paul?
Good, Joe.
Good to see you. It's been a few years.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is the Dirtbag Challenge?
So the Dirtbag Challenge is a custom bike build-off that we do every year, and it's not regular. We have only 4 rules. You have 2 months to build your bike. You can spend $2,000 on your bike. You have to ride at least 200 miles with us, and it can't be a Harley Davidson. The reason for the no Harley Davidson rule is just to keep a level playing field and to keep people thinking outside the box. You know, I own a Harley. It's parked right over there. We don't like them. We just want people to think differently. You know.
Working on their own project bike. How you doing?
Good. I'm Brett. Doing good, Jake.
Good. So tell us about your project. What do you got going this year?
We started with a Savage 650 frame and a GS 550 motor, and we converted it to a monoshock at the end. Yeah, it's called the Beer Run. The Beer Run. Ready to go get some beers.
Oh, there you go. You got one right there on the tank there.
4 or 5 of them? 4 or 5?
Well, it's gonna burn.
Is this the first trip?
No, we've been doing this since 06, I believe, or 04.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been coming every year, plugging along, so this makes 11 years now. So.
For you?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
And tell us about this machine you got here today.
It's just, we had a wrecked F4i in the backyard, and I had no money this year, so we just put it together. I had to relearn how to weld aluminum again, and then we had a Yamaha front end that we stuck on it. So it's just a screamer, so it's just something really fun that we wanted to do. So.
One last thing before I take questions. If you do burnouts, you should not have your front wheel against a wall, a lamppost, or fucking anything. A real burnout doesn't need a wall or a lamppost or anything like that. It doesn't even really need a front brake. So if you're gonna do burnouts and you wanna be a fucking cool guy, don't put your front wheel against the fucking wall and have 15 fucking bikes lined up against the wall doing burnouts. That's for children and people that ride Harley Davidsons.
I'm here with Bren, veteran bike builder for the Dirtbag. How are you doing?
I'm doing great today. How are you, Joe?
Doing good. So I understand you're not actually doing any bike building this year, but you're kind of just signing people up right now?
Yeah, if I can. I built for a couple of years and drove up every year from San Diego, and I met Paul about 8 years ago and heard about the Dirtbag, but I think the beauty is this year Paul, started last year and wanted to take it to a different level. His idea was that you would build a bike that you could have as a daily rider. And so as interesting and fun as the bikes have been in the previous years, it seemed to get more artsy and less functional. And so now I think he's taken it to a level where it better be functional, because there is no backup, there is no support, your mom's not on the ride, bring your own stuff, and if you need to get picked up, you better have the number of somebody with a truck and a ramp.
I ride out with the Dirtbaggers for a few blocks, but then broke off. And while they headed north somewhere, I headed south down the coast on Highway 1 to a little known spot called Alice's Restaurant. There's so much scenery and beauty out here. The old growth forest with these majestic ancient redwoods reaching up into the sky. Despite being geographically located in the center of a place, Woodside, Laguna, Honda, Arlo Guthrie's song Alice's Restaurant actually had nothing to do with this particular location. The wilderness area was known as a party retreat where big names of the 60s counterculture like Grateful Dead, Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters, Jefferson Airplane, and acid guru Timothy Leary. We're here at Alice's Restaurant, just an hour south of San Francisco, nestled in the redwoods of Woodside, California. This is a haven for motorcyclists and bikers all over the San Francisco Bay Area in Northern California. And I'm here with the owner, Andy Kerr.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Alice's.
Thank you. I've been coming here for years.
Good to hear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's great burgers and a great destination place here.
Yes, it is.
So, tell us about it. What's the history?
Alice's Restaurant originally was a dry goods store for the logging industry. In about 1940, it became a restaurant, and originally it was named the Crossroads Cafe. About 1960, a gal by the name of Alice Taylor bought the restaurant and named it Alice's Restaurant. Motorcycle riding had just started to become really big in this area, and it was a mecca for motorcyclists. Conducive roads, great place to stop, have a nice meal, enjoy the outside scenery, and away they went.
So this place definitely has history in it.
A lot of history.
Yeah. How is it that the motorcyclists started coming here?
So that started right after the Second World War. During the Second World War, there were a lot of divisions that were on motorcycles in Europe. And when they got back from Europe, they were used to riding motorcycles and they wanted to get on their bikes. And so when they started finding the roads, these roads are very, very conducive for motorcycle riding. Beautiful bank turns and twisties. And you have so many roads to ride from that this became just a natural magnet for them to as a rest stop on their long rides.
So here we are. Of course, I ordered the Harley burger. All right, guys, you go. Good size. Today, I head out to Treasure Island where the Dirtbag participants will arrive from their overnight trip. After the long 250-mile trip, and now on their final stretch, the Dirtbaggers are racing in on their final mile, kicking into the celebratorial mode, that they made it in with their bikes still in one piece and still running. fairly organic event with the old school warehouse party vibe. Anyone could show up. No admission, no commercial vendors. It's a bit of a punk rock, rockabilly, death metal with crowds being from different walks of life. And even a little bit of a Burning Man element.
Well, Paul, looked like you had one hell of a week here. How was it?
Bro, it was, you know what? It was a heavier week than normal, actually. What with like last minute changes because of the fires and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was so worth it. I can't tell you what a good time I had. It was excellent. And I know that it's my party and I'm supposed to say it was excellent, but it really was. It was fucking excellent.
Guido is an old gearhead in the Bay Area, as well as the neighbor of Paul Brown. Guido and I met up in Cuba for the Realistas Cubanos.
So, what was your involvement besides being a neighbor of Paul Brown? What's your involvement with the Dirtbag Challenge?
I've had a space on the block that they do the Dirtbag for so many years. You just become involved. I mean, all my neighbors called it Loud Bike Week.
Right.
And it just, you either accept it or you go away.
That's it.
And, being a biker, I just kind of joined it.
Can't beat them, join them.
Exactly.
Good. So we got Ashley here.
Again.
Another year, another Dirtbag Challenge.
Yeah, different location though.
So how long have you been involved with the Dirtbag Challenge?
About 9 years now.
9 years?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. And it just gets better and better as it goes on.
I mean, some years are better. The December ones are rough, especially when you're naked. Unfortunately, I don't go on the rides because I do not build, and you can't go on the ride unless you participate.
Right. You enjoy the party, and that's good enough.
So what's the best part of the Dirtbag Challenge you like about this?
I like the camaraderie and the mixture of music, bikes, the sounds and smells, and just everyone's having a good time, and no pretenses. Not all the smells, some smells.
Yeah, but there's some good ones.
Some stank
Burnt
ones.
rubber.
With so much shredded rubber from the burnouts, folks are riding in it. Here is one of Guido's work of art. A three-wheeled contraption that he calls the Iron Chalupa.
Hold on a second. I'm putting in a little break thing. I may need help getting out of this thing here.
Today we will see who wins. There are several categories: best performance, best looking, most unique, and so on and so forth.
Next is the Gulu Award. This award, people don't always understand what the Gulu Award is. This is for the biggest lunatic of the entire event. And unusually, there are 2 winners this year of this awards. Elena and Steph with the penis bike.
So we're here with another finalist here, Stephanie and Elena. And this is your contribution to the Dirtbag.
Yes.
Wow.
It's our baby.
And some flair to it.
Yes, it's got some personality.
Okay.
Certainly.
Yep. Cool. And what was the trophy that you won on?
We got the Gulu Loco Award.
The Gulu
Is this your first year participating?
yes.
It is. And how'd you come up with the idea to decide to do
So we've come to Dirtbag in the past as just
Multiple years.
spectators, and this year we had a bike donated to us. Luckily, fortunately,
Very
and,
fortunate.
yeah,
A
we
lot
decided
of
to go for it.
we're super grateful for all the people who were involved in it.
Oh, good.
Honestly, we got the bike donated, we got a bunch of parts donated, we got a bunch of help donated.
It was a
We did a lot of it ourselves.
community effort.
It was definitely
Certainly.
a community effort from people who have both participated in a Dirtbag before and also just are part of the motorcycle community in the Bay Area.
It's been a beautiful journey. We had some excellent folks that helped us out, and
Just
the people that we
people
rode
that
with and that
are
we
just
met were pretty
awesome.
phenomenal. So it's been a
Fuck
great
yeah.
experience, and we're certainly going to do it next year.
Hell yeah!
Well, you just answered my next question.
We're
So-
doing it next year. We don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck we're doing, but it's gonna be something equally as ridiculous and outlandish as
Yeah.
a giant black cock.
So we're here with Renee. She's a long-time participant with the Dirtbag Challenge. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm
Good.
so happy to be here.
Good. And how long have you been involved with this?
I've been a participant for probably 11, 12 years now.
You haven't actually built any bikes or anything like that, have
No, I still have a little bit of fear about that, but I am so proud of the women and men that just take a bike, chop it up, build it, make
Yeah.
it run.
Uh-huh.
I'm a spectator and I love it. If you're gonna be a woman who rides motorcycles and you're gonna kind of ride with the boys, I decided like having a broomstick was the way to be. So I got a license plate that said broomstick. I have enough bikes in the corral. I have 3 race bikes that I want to help women get involved. Women that have already had their kids, maybe didn't think they could do it. Any woman who's over 30 can contact me and definitely get involved or find out how to get involved.
And how can they get a hold of you?
They can go to the Broomstick Racing page, Broomstick Racing on Facebook, or you can contact me at broomstickracing.com.
Sounds good. With its year-round mild weather and the open-minded, free-thinking attitude that has always been there and allowed inspirations, ideas, and creativity to flourish. And as they say, what begins here in California eventually makes its way around the world. And that is the same for the motorcycling culture. And given the combination of the inviting weather and sense of openness, it's no surprise that this can truly be a biker's paradise.